Hey guys, what's up? It's Matchpoint here, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing when you should be engaging with the enemy and knowing when to take a fight and when to fall back. If you're new around here, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get on into it. So in Siege, there will be many times when players are playing way too aggressive and peeking every chance that they can get. For example, when the enemy is holding a line of sight down on you, you might go and peek it and try and be aggressive and get the kill on them. Most of the time it's not going to work out, and this is because you're being too aggressive and not knowing when to engage. You should only be taking an engagement with the enemy until you have an advantage over them. On defense, players may be playing more aggressively than usual due to it being the more comfortable round out of the two, whereas on attack, players might be playing a bit more passively. First of all, we're going to start off on defense. If on defense you're peeking ridiculous angles when the attackers clearly have an advantage over you, or you're just being way more aggressive, this is not the way to go about it. So what should you be doing instead? As a defender, you've always got to remember that time is on your side. The attackers have got to make their way into the building and plant the diffuser. You, however, have got to wait for them to come in. You've got time on your side, which gives the defenders a massive advantage over the attackers. This can be lost due to defenders playing into the hands of the attacker. If I'm in a 3v1 situation as an attacker, the thing I want the most is for the defenders to come to me. I don't want to have to go into the objective without knowing where the defenders are with no intel. So when you're a defender in that 3v1 situation, you're going to be waiting for the attacker to come to you. He's got to make the move, you don't. Don't get aggressive and play for the kills. You've got to play for your team and win the round. I've seen it happen many times, and I'm sure you all have, when the defenders have a man up on the attackers and they rush out making crazy plays and the attackers end up winning because of this. So as a defender, just remember, time is on your side, the attackers have got to come to you and you have the advantage. Now if you're roaming and the attackers have a vague idea of where you are and they've got an angle on your position, you don't go ahead and peek that, being aggressive and challenge them to that gunfight. 9 times out of 10 you will die. Instead, you need to reposition and locate yourself to a different room. Then you can get the advantage on the attackers as they're not going to know where you are. If you don't manage to get that kill from repositioning, then you've wasted a lot of that attacker's time, which is more important than you might think. It's all about making those smart decisions. A key tip that I would advise you to always remember when in a gunfight is to think to yourself, do I have the advantage? If you do have the advantage in that situation, then make the push for the kill. If not, reposition yourself or whatever it is you need to do to get that advantage. Next up, we're going to be moving on to the attacking side of it. As an attacker, you have to make sure that you're making the right decisions and not making stupid plays. For example, if you're going to be pushing through an entry point where there is a mirror and a deployable shield as well as the chance of a lesion mine, then this is definitely not the spot you want to be pushing from. If you decide to push through here, then the defenders are definitely going to be having the advantage over you and will most likely be able to take you out with ease. So in a situation like this, you should reposition and decide a different entry point. If you now have decided your different entry point and you're now going to drone out that room, whether it's only you or you're with multiple teammates and you manage to spot a frost on your drone, whatever you do, make sure you do not scan that frost. If you go ahead and scan her, you're letting her know that she is vulnerable in that position. She's most likely going to move out of that position, change to a different one, and be expecting the attackers to be coming in as she's just been scanned. Now, on the other hand, some players when attacking might play more passively than they should. So let's say you know the position of a defender in a room because you've gone and droned them out without scanning them and they didn't see your drone, so you already have an advantage on them. But you're playing as Zofia, so you decide to go and use the Zofia concussion grenade, you concuss the defender, and she doesn't know where you're going to be coming from. At this moment in time, you should be playing aggressive and going for that kill. As you've thought to yourself, well, do I have the advantage on her? And yes, you do. You know where she is in that room, and you've also concussed her. Therefore, you should be pushing on in and taking them out. You've always got to be thinking to yourself, do I have the advantage? Now, my final tip is going to be about re-fragging. If you're going to be engaging, then try and have a partner or somebody close to you nearby. This way, if you lose that engagement and end up dying, that teammate can then re-frag for you and kill the enemy. This applies to both defending and attacking, and it can be an extremely effective way of not going down on that man advantage. If a teammate dies and you're able to refrag for them, This means that it can go from a 4v5 to a 4v4. And now to finish off, I'm just going to give you a quick summary of knowing when to engage. So first up we had defense. You've got to be remembering that time is on your side. You've got the advantage over your opponent, you've got to wait for them to come to you. Next up we had attacking. You need to be making sure that you've got the advantage over your opponent, as well as making smart decisions. And then we had refragging, and try and keep a teammate near you or someone close to you. That way when you die in an engagement, they're able to refrag for you and pick up that kill. And this will cancel out that one-man disadvantage you had. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you have all enjoyed. If you did, or this video helped you out, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe for tips and tricks videos twice a week. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.